New year, new problems. If you are in the world of tech, then you may have heard of the database, or at least the database platform, toolage, whatever, MongoDB. Well, it seems that a built-in exploit has been discovered towards the end of last year and it has been dubbed MongoBleed, if I'm not mistaken. It is a critical vulnerability exploit. It is the ID CVE 2025-14847. So essentially how this exploit is done is through how MongoDB does communication of packets, if I'm not mistaken. So essentially MongoDB should return the length of the data for said packet, but instead it returns the allocated memory. Ooh. Which essentially would allow a bad actor to, let's say, spoof a packet of information and make it larger, or say that it's larger than it actually is. It sends that information to MongoDB. MongoDB sends back a larger set of the allocated amount of memory. And if you don't know, oftentimes, especially for MongoDB, data is stored within memory. So if you're saying, hey, give me back a larger subset of what you have stored in memory, you can pull in a bunch of data depending on exactly where that data bit starts and where it ends. Essentially, you do that enough time, you pull in more information, and then you can actually pull out secrets such as like API controls, actual database information, so like user information, credentials, etc. And I think what is like the major point from this exploit is actually like key token access, or even like configurations and logs. Because to be honest with you, I have not been looking into exactly how many people have been affected by MongoDB, but I do know of one major example. And while I do not wish a headache on any engineer or person who has a job, I do take solace in seeing a company that I think has exploited and abused not only their workers, but their community to such extents. But Ubisoft got impacted by this exploit via their game Rainbow Six. Specifically Rainbow Six Siege, which I don't know if there's any other like super modern Rainbow Six games. I think there was like one about like Wildlands or Badlands or something like that. Anyway though, with Rainbow Six Siege, almost said Breach, there are micro transactions and, you know, digital currency where you pay like $10 to receive 1,000 tokens or whatever nonsense that we've all have come to be forced to deal with. Well, thanks to the MongoDB exploit, MongoBleed, hackers went in and caused havoc on the game. Well, good havoc, right? Or depending on who you are. Hackers started giving out free digital currency tokens that Rainbow Six Siege utilizes, so a lot of people just went on a spending spree. And I think to date, I think Ubisoft has stated they've lost like over $300 million or something like that in terms of digital assets of lost sales. For a long time, apparently the game was, you know, it stayed up and people were dealing with the hacks for about a week or two or so. It wasn't until literally before the new year, Ubisoft finally took the game down for online services to address the problem. And more than likely, they're gonna do a reset and a rollback. So if you were given free currency and you spent it, odds are you're not gonna keep what you spent it on. Which, that happens, and you know, let's be real. Still funny overall, it's a digital currency, no one really got hurt. However, I do have questions on how much personal data was actually pulled from this. I've read that there's actually 3 hacker groups that actually targeted Ubisoft specifically, and one group decided to do the whole least amount of damage in real life and be funny with the whole currency thing. whereas the other two may have potentially pulled personal identifiable information, such as people's addresses, phone numbers, credit card numbers, potentially, you name it. And I wanted to bring this to everyone's attention, all to remind you that the internet is not safe, and your information is even more vulnerable in general, because as more things become mature, so do the bad actors and their techniques. So hopefully your information was not stolen. So yeah, new year, new problems. First, well, is it really 2026's first exploit? I'm still gonna count it. 2026 first security exploit of the year, MongoDB's MongoBleed. I'll see you all in the next video that's covering some type of technological exploit. But until then, as always, take care. And play more single player games. You'll have more fun. Well, some of you will. I know I will.
Live it up, live it up.